Hi, this is Jared Pollock, founder of Entree Results and author of Entree Balance. It is great to be with you here today as we look at both video and also this is a podcast. Excited you're here. We're going to talk about a subject today that has been beat over and over again across our head. Very few people doubt that this is something that they should and ought to do, but very few people actually do this. And that's setting goals. Okay, I know you've heard this before, but just stick with me for just a moment. I think you're really going to enjoy what we're going to talk about in regards to goal setting. Because today I'm going to show you a specific goal setting process that I use. I've created it just as I've learned working with really thousands of different coaching sessions over the years, both in business coaching sessions and sales coaching sessions, and also in life coaching sessions. I learned this is the most effective way to create a goal. And so we're going to go over that today. But before we begin, let me just share with you a little story. I remember, let me ask you a question before we get started. One, do you actually create goals? Do you write goals for yourself? And how often do you do that? Do you write goals in your business? In your career, do you have career goals? Do you have goals in your personal life? And how often do you write them and how often do you look at them? There's a whole larger process for creating goals. I'm just going to show you one way, and we're just going to look at 90-day goals today. But before I do that, again, I want to ask you another question. Do you remember, if you do write goals, do you remember the first time that you wrote a goal? Whether you wrote it on paper, or maybe you just had a goal in your head that you really wanted to achieve. Do you remember that first time? And I certainly do. I remember when I started high school, I went to an activity where the president of the student council, we broke up into groups, and he just said, okay, what's a goal you have for this year in high school? And I remember thinking in high school, it was my freshman year, I wanted to write down a big goal, a goal that I thought it would be kind of hard for me to achieve, even though I didn't really know what I was writing down. And I wrote down that I wanted to graduate high school with a 4.2 GPA. That was my goal, and we had what's called weighted classes, so you could actually score above a 4.0. Certain hard classes, you'd get some extra points for that. And I remember kind of putting that goal down, looking at it, but then really not really looking at it until the end of my senior year. I pulled that goal up, and I literally, nearly to the T, just a few many decimal points off, got a 4.2 GPA in high school. And I remember in that moment, even though I hadn't looked at that goal, I just remember thinking, man, what a powerful thing to write down what I want to achieve, write down a target, and then really, even though I didn't probably do a great job, I didn't even have a process, it was effective in that specific area of my life. And okay, so now we're going to talk through specifically what I'm talking about with the goals that I want to kind of educate you on today. And this is what it's called. It's called RPA goals. So RPA goals, the acronym RPA. And it stands for this. The R stands for results. Results. P stands for purpose. Purpose. A stands for activity. Activity. Results, purpose, activity. I like the name Results. That's the name of my company, Entree Results, because it's all about results. And so as you write a goal, it's going to be broken up into these three different areas, but it's all one goal. So the first thing you want to do, and if you have a piece of paper, I know some of you might be driving or just listening to this as you work out or do something else, But if you can grab a piece of paper or type this in a computer or your phone, somewhere where you can record this is really important. The first thing to look at is results. And I'm going to give you maybe two different examples. We'll go through two examples of how to actually create a goal. The first one we'll look at will be maybe in a business sense. So results. Again, this goal is for a 90 days, so we'll say 1 quarter. A result that you might want to have in terms of, say you're in a sales position, is you want to sell $100,000 of business within 90 days. And so what you want to do is this. I want you to imagine what it's like at the end of those 90 days. So imagine 90 days from now, you're already there mentally in your head, and you're looking back, almost looking back on the 90 days before. And I want you to write this result in past tense. So the goal is gained or earned or won or achieved $100,000 in business. Okay? Earned $100,000 in business. That's past tense. Then you look at the purpose or the why. And I can't tell you how many people write goals, and if they don't have a clear purpose or a clear why, they're just writing it down. They're really not going to do it. You have to have a purpose or a why, and if you had a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, you really have to be at a 7, 8, 9, or 10 in terms of importance, in terms of your purpose or your why. And so the question would be, what would be the purpose or why of why you want to sell or earn $100,000 in business? Well, it might be that it can give you more money, which is going to give you more freedom. It might give you more income, which is going to give you an opportunity to do something really cool that you want to experience. Or it might be that you believe so much in the product and service that you sell that you really want to help and serve that many people. You know, if you sell $100,000, you're really going to help a lot of people with your product and service. So result, past tense, earns $100,000 in business. The purpose or the why would be, I want to go on a trip with the money I earn from this, or I want to save for my kids' college, or I really believe in my product so much, I really want to help these people that are going to benefit from my product or service. So result, purpose, and then finally activity. Now activity would be those little bite-sized chunks, those little bite-sized activities that are going to help you achieve the result. Oftentimes people just put the activity as the result, as the goal, or they just put the result as a goal. We have a 3-part approach. An activity to achieve $100,000 in sales. What could that possibly be? Well, there's a lot of things that could do, and you know, in terms of whatever goal you create, what that entails. But it might mean you have to read one sales-related book to be more educated on selling, so you can sell more. That could be one activity. And when you look at activity, usually there's multiple activities that help you achieve the goal. It could be you will meet with 3 prospects per day, or 3 prospects per week, or whatever the number meets for you in order to help you achieve that goal. It could be you will create, or it could be just create and execute an internet marketing plan, maybe specifically in one area of internet marketing to help generate the leads, which is going to funnel you to your sales process. It could be you have to get on the phone and call 50 people a day. It's different for everyone, but the activities are the bite-sized steps. They're going to help you get to the result. So result, purpose, activity. I'll give a final example just to get a different perspective. And I know a lot of you have business goals, but you forget about the life side of things. Well, let's just give a quick life goal, a health goal. 90-day goal. You're looking back on those 90 days. What's happened? Well, in terms of health, we'll just say lost, past tense, remember, lost 10 pounds. That's the result. The purpose could be, I want to feel good, or I want to look good as summer comes up in my bathing suit. Or I have these young kids, or I'm a grandparent, I have grandkids, and I want to live to be in better shape, or I want to live longer to spend more time with my kids or my grandkids. Whatever your purpose or why is, write that down. The final thing would be result, purpose, and then activity. What are the little activities to help you achieve the lost 10 pounds? Well, it could be eliminate all carbs during lunch for these 90 days, or all carbs all day except for a certain weekend binge, right? You have to have some priorities. Or it could be, I will do cardio exercise. I will run for 30 minutes 3 times a week for those 90 days. That could be a little thing that can help me lose weight. It could be, think of a variety of other things. It could be lift weights 4 times a week. Or it could be follow that video on exercise that I tucked away and it has dust on it. Do that 5 times a week. Whatever the little bite-sized thing is to help you achieve your goal. Result, purpose, activity. I totally believe you can do this. And I really believe this is a detailed format, but I really believe this is the best format because it not only says the result of what you want, but also the why, which is extremely important, and get into your the mindset of, do you really want to achieve this goal? Because a lot of times people just feel horrible because sometimes they set goals they don't really want and then they don't achieve them and they feel bad about it. Well, don't set a goal if you don't really want it. And then finally, the activity, especially people that are very detail-oriented, they want all the little steps that will help them achieve that result. As you could kind of tell as we created this process, we were very specific with what we were going after. Very measurable. Remember, we can measure. Oftentimes, if you use quantitative things, that's extremely important. And then also it's timed. Specific, remember, it's measurable, like quantitative, and also it's timed. It's a 90-day goal. And really, here's what I want to challenge you to do. One, I want to challenge you in the next day to write down on paper, on your phone, on your wall, on your mirror, one business or career related goal. And I want to challenge you to write one personal goal. Any area of personal life, and there's a wheel of life that you can talk about, many different areas. Just choose one. And I believe that, like when I was a freshman in high school and didn't even do it the right way, I believe if you put this down, and definitely another huge part of it is try to look at it consistently. Look at it once a day. Look at it consistently. That does make a huge difference. But I really believe if you write it down, you look at it consistently, you're going to look back after 90 days and you are going to be extremely happy that you did. And I believe this process can help you. Use it with your fellow team, your coworkers, your children, your family. Go out, have fun. And I want to encourage you all to live a life of truth, empowerment, and the pursuit of freedom. Again, this is Jared Pollock.